So I thought I would do a little mid-homeschool year pick-me-up book haul here for you. I just bought a few books, some based on your suggestions from my curriculum choices video. And this is just kind of a refresher for the kids to see something new and maybe get a little bit excited, just to, like what I said, just a little pick-me-up for the school year. So I will start with books for my son, who is kind of, in between like a preschool and kindergarten age. I got him this Daniel Boone, Childhood of Famous Americans book. My husband has been reading this with him in the evenings in bed. It's definitely way over his head, but it's just a chapter a day kind of thing, just to keep him listening. Now, we decided to stall his reading curriculum and finish next year. He was actually doing really, really well, but for some reason he had just low confidence with reading, and I did not want to approach reading with him thinking he could not do it, even though he could. So we're just going to spend some time reading out loud to him. It might help with his fluency, and it might give him a little more confidence. And in the meantime, we're playing a bunch of different word games, sight reading games, things like that. So he is still going to be reading, but it's not going to be the pressured curriculum style. Then I also got him the Davy Crockett one. Him and my husband just love stuff like this. He wants to have, a cowboy party, and when we're out riding horses, he wants to ride barefoot and be like a Native American. It's really cute. So I got him this one, same deal as the other one, and this was by suggestion. And then I also got this, you want a banana? Okay. Okay, sorry. Then I also got him this Daniel Boone coloring book. So this is just for fun while I'm reading with my daughter, that he can do something like this just to keep in the schoolroom. It's pretty, it's some intricate designs here. So there's that. And then also, I got him this Hidden Pictures book. He loves things like this. And this is a little more difficult than I was expecting it to be. I actually got it for my 2.5-year-old, but it's going to be his. So, let me see if I can find one of these things really quick. Let's see. See, the game piece is right up here. So it's not really like all that in your face. So he really is going to have to spend some time on it. Okay. For my 2.5-year-old, I got him just this one book. He has the most hand-me-down books because I've purchased books for my daughter and my son now that he gets to use. This one's just a simple one, though. It's a little easier than I was expecting, but there's that. For my daughter, I grabbed this Childhood of Famous Americans Elizabeth Blackwell book. Now she wants to be a veterinarian, but she also wants to be a doctor. So I figured this would be a good start. It looked like a good book for her to just continue those interests. So I was toying between this and Amelia Earhart because we have an air show coming to town soon. We have one every year, and I thought that would be a good book to read before that, but she chose this one. I gave her a choice, so she's got this. Now this is one where we will read together. She'll read a page, I'll read a couple pages, she'll read a page, just to work on fluency, but I'm not expecting her to read the whole thing by herself. This, just like my son's, is our Bedtime Stories book, which I still count as part of homeschool because you're homeschooling all the time. Okay, these books are my favorite. These Katie Woo books, they're super cute. She reads these to me, or she can read them alone. They're chapter books, but there's only like 4 chapters in each book. And if you are familiar with the level 2 readers from like the one I'm going to show you next, they look just like that. This is very similar. It's just, the words are larger, the stories are shorter, but it's still a full story nonetheless. So, trying to show you the first chapter. How long is it? There we go. So the first chapter was about 25 pages long. So I'm excited to read these with her. That should be a fun one. So I got Katie Woo Rules the School and Katie Woo and Friends. I think the Rules the School is the very first one in the series. Then we got Amelia Bedelia. Her little friend from church brings these. And we were out at dinner with some of our friends the other night after church, and the girls were just sitting there reading these and cracking up. So I got her a couple of them to see if she would be as interested to read them at home, and she is. They're about, how many pages? Oh, I don't know if there's a number. Oh, yeah. So 64 pages in this one, and it's the second level reader, which is too easy for her, but it encourages her to read and, you know, soak up the story a little more. So I'm letting her just read these for fun. I think they were like $2 on Amazon. And she did. She just cracked up. So she read this to me in bed in one night. And I'm guessing that this one will be the same. So we're going to be purchasing more of these and more of these Katie Woo books as she finishes them. 2-day shipping on Amazon. And then also for the whole family, I grabbed Schoolhouse Rock. This is all from Amazon, by the way, so I'm going to do a blog post and I will link and put some descriptions there. So the Schoolhouse Rock, How Could You Resist? We need more schoolroom DVDs. And then Jack Hanna's Into the Wild. My kids love Jack Hanna and they love wild animals. And then for the whole family, oop, there's another fruit fly, darn. For the whole family, I got this Flat Stanley collection. I would love to do Flat Stanley with my kids, whether we start that now or try it in the summer, I'm not sure. So there's that. And then Dinosaurs Before Dark. We've been reading the Magic Treehouse books, but we have never started at the beginning, so I just decided to go ahead and start at the beginning because there are a little bit, we're missing some links when we're reading the story. It'll reference something from another book, and I don't really know what they're talking about. I think it goes over the kids' heads, but I'm, you know, type A personality, so I want to start from the beginning. We also just went to a dinosaur exhibit with some of our friends, and the kids were really interested, so I think we'll start this one sooner than later. So if you're not familiar with the Magic Treehouse series, it's these little kids who discover a treehouse in their backyard, and they pick up books, and based on the cover of the book, it transports them to that place. So for example, you know, they've gone to, when we were studying Egypt, we read an Egypt one, they went to Egypt, found tomb robbers, and it was a pretty neat story. And there's some about medieval times, there's some set into the current day, so this is going to be good to start from the beginning. This will take us 4 days to read. There's like about 8 to 10 chapters in each book. We'll read a couple chapters each day because the chapters are rather short and the stories are pretty easy to understand. So I'll have my kids doodle on their little drawing pads while I read this, and they kind of illustrate the story as I'm reading it just to pay attention. And I also ordered something that's not here yet. I thought it was Prime shipping, but it's not, or I must not have ordered it Prime, and I'll go ahead and put that picture and link excuse me, on my blog. It is a couple of how to draw books. My kids like Art for Kids Hub, and the how to draw books I think will also pique their interest. It is how to draw horses and how to draw people. I think they were both $2.99. So those are other books to keep in the schoolroom that will just encourage drawing and learning and anything not technology. So these books I will be using for the remainder of the school year, but some of them, like the Flat Stanley book, I'm using to develop some kind of a summer reading incentive for my kids. If you have any ideas for encouraging kids to read over the summer with rewards that are not food-based rewards, let me know. And I'm just trying to come up with something fun for them, some kind of a fun little summer reading program, or you know, like a reward system, just to really get them interested. So go ahead and let me know if you have any of those ideas. If you've read these books, go ahead and let me know what you think about them. And also, as always, if you have any more book suggestions, go ahead and link those below.